Line them up. They had a good first round of qualifying. Here's who's in this first heat of round two, heat one, Pro-Lite qualifying. Bailey Forrest, Travis Kern, Boulder Noss, Anson Shield will be in here along with Samuel Bolin on a skidoo. Samuel Lavoie, then Theo Forer, Tyler Ullman, Hunter Patnode, and Nicholas Lorenz. That's the way they line up. And I tell you what I like to do is, Patnode has seemed to be able to make the start work from anywhere he's at. If you look right now, he is right there. That is Hunter Patnode, so we'll keep an eye on him, see how he gets off the starting line here with his hole shot, if he can get out front right away. Good field.
Yeah, the last round, he was lining up for his qualifiers all the way over on the far inside. That was where Samuel Bolin will line up on the 878 Polaris. So we'll see how Patnode can do it if he can pull the hole shot here. Travis Kern looked good as well on that Two Motorsports Polaris sled in round one qualifying. Hunter's hoping that the day is a little bit quieter than it was yesterday, even though he had two offs in practice, came back for a round one qualifier win earlier this afternoon. We're under starters orders as we begin round two of Pro-Lite here at the U.S. Air Force Snocross National. And Pro-Lite launches off the line, and how about that? Patnode's got the hole shot.
I'll tell you what a setup they have in that sled. I mean, no matter where he's lining up, he seems like he can get out early on, and this is what he likes. And all the guys like, we've talked to it, Haley's talked to it and addressed it. And so we've got a sled that's getting squared back around, but it'll still be racing full course. You get out front, you've got a definite advantage. You've got clear sailing as far as visibility, and of course, no traffic ahead of you. Let's look at the hole shot one more time.
Again, isolated here on Patnode. Nice and smooth. Look at that, just nailed it. He had at least a sled length on Shield, who got passed by Theo on the 728. Nick Lorenz has now moved up into third on his Polaris.
There is Lorenz there, as you said, sitting in third place, was able to get around Anson Shield. Racing out of Judnick Motorsports for Jack Link's Beef Jerky, Exalta, one of their great sponsors, Climb.
Looking at Theo Forer, and now a battle here between Anson Shield on the 44, Boulder Noss on the 29, and Boulder can get the hip check there by Bailey Forrest on the 341.
Boulder's one of the sleds racing this year out of Zanstra Motorsports. And of course that team, they got something to prove here now that they've lost their pro rider in Jacob Ear. That looking pretty smooth, though.
Yep, doesn't look like he's exerting a lot of effort, even though the track is considerably rougher than it was when they did their round one qualifying earlier today.
I'm always surprised. He's a taller guy. And you would have thought that he would have had his handlebars up a little higher, maybe a little riser in there or something, but kind of likes that kind of bent over riding style, and if it works, don't worry about it, right?
Now, this sled got a little dinged up, like I said earlier in practice. He had two offs, one on the straightaway, and then where he was coming down through the FXR corner was about at this point. And then later in the practice session, he went tumbling out of the big berm that comes up after the Ram Triple, and that wound up bending the handlebars and actually bending the tunnel on that sled a little bit.
And, it's possible, because they hadn't qualified yet, that he could have gone to a backup sled if there was enough damage to it. So we're not certain of that, but whatever it is, they got this sled working well.
Yeah, if it's backup sled, we wouldn't know it, judging by the performance, because he's
that's for sure.
And about to come around off the Sunoco turn into the U.S. Air Force Fly Lane in front of the grandstands here in Deadwood. And Hunter Patnode, second burst, same as the first. He won round one, he wins in round two. The Hawaii shoots through for the second position. Looks like it'll be Nick Lorenz coming across for third. Fourth is going to go to Anson Shield. Rounding out the top five will be Bailey Forrest. Then it's Boulder Noss, Samuel Bolin, And then the three riders that were involved in the opening lap yard sale at the back of the field were Travis Kern, Tyler Ullman, and Samuel LaVoy. Move on now here to heat number 2 in Pro-Lite, second round.
Heat 2 finds the following grid. You've got Cameron Anderson, who is out there in the number 12 Skidoo, the 220s.
Nice getaway here, but here comes Peltier along, and he will have the whole shot with one of the Polaris's, one of the Red Bull Polaris's, Evan Down moving into second.
That was ugly.
Oh, that was Jay Laura that went up and over.
The best part is everybody got around him. Well, I tell you what, Doc looking right away to make sure everything's all right down there. And this is a bad deal. He's kind of right middle in the track. You'll see the other drivers come in here, and Jay doing the smart thing, just pulling off the track. He'll get back on here on the other side. But your race leader makes it through the area, the yellow being pulled in. Peltier out front. Watch the crash again here.
Yeah, you can see that Laura just got out of shape, lost it.
And when he went over the front, well, that drove the front of the sled down, so it dug, and that's what flipped it over. And that's where the off really occurred.
You see one of the other
Anderson brothers.
Yeah.
I think that's the 17, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get that as the leaders come around.
Yep, that is the Corbin Anderson sled that pulled up here in the Skidoo corner. Meanwhile, your race leader Peltier continues to gap away here, and there's Evan Dow on 413, rolling along here in the second position. Evan will launch into the U.S. Air Force flyaway. Really starting to get dished out between the rhythm section. Oop, and off goes Evan, off track that is. Stays on the sled. There's a little miscue there. He didn't hit the panic button though.
Boy, Peltier starting to put some distance between he and the rest of the field. That's your second place sled down. Now Peltier's got just about 6 seconds on the field. So, and you know, this field's starting to get strung out a little bit, but they're counting down laps. Soon to be just 2 laps left to go. So Peltier comes back down into 3 and 4.
This will be a battle for 4th and 5th. Riley Bester on the Red Bull Polaris.
With them.
Yeah, Andy had the whole shot there until Peltier basically just outpowered him down the straightaway. Francis working on the FXR turn here. We'll see the white flag when he comes around this time. It'll be a lap left to go in this Pro-Lite qualifying. I want to see how Francis launches in here as he comes into the U.S. Air Force flyway. He's tripling here. We haven't seen anybody do that so far tonight. So he'll get the white flag. Make his way back down to the Ram triple. You can see a little bit of a kicker starting to form that. Yeah.
He makes his way through here. And he only doubles up there, so headed for the Amsoil finish line.
So the win in the second round qualifier from Pro-Lite goes to Francis Peltier on the Makita Rockstar Skidoo. Evan Dowd on the Red Bull Lavalley Polaris comes through for the second position. Cameron Anderson, good qualifying effort. First place in round one, a third here in round two. Riley Pester in for fourth. Andy Pate will finish in the fifth spot. And they'll be followed by Jake Tejan, Taylor Cole, Jay Lura, and Morgan Anderson. Let's take a quick timeout. More racing to come when we come back from Deadwood at the U.S. Air Force Snocross National.